Joyous Dipavali to all our listeners. Tune in as Vivekji reminds us of why we celebrate Dipavali and how we can take our celebrations to the next level.
A joyous Dipavali to all. The word Dipavali is made up of two words, Dipa, which means light, and Avali, which means rose. The history behind the celebration of Dipavali started when Bhagwan Rama had rescued his dear wife Devi Sita and defeated the vicious Ravana. Upon doing this, Bhagwan Rama and Devi Sita were returning from Lanka to come back to Bharat or India. And there was no electricity. And as they were coming closer to Ayodhya, what all the citizens of Ayodhya did was they all lit lamps. Rows and rows and rows of lamps to make Ayodhya more bright. And this helped Bhagwan Rama and Devi Sita find Ayodhya, especially considering there was no moon. It was a dark night when they arrived. This is a historical perspective to Dipavali. Now, a more educational perspective, when you analyze a Dipa or a light, you have the vessel. This vessel, which typically is made of earth, symbolizes our body. Then you have a wick, which is also made of earth, and this symbolizes our mind. And finally, you have the oil, which is also made of earth, and that symbolizes our ego. Body, mind, and ego. Now that's a lamp, but it's not a light. So the final facet of this creation is to light that wick with fire. And for us, that is knowledge. Not knowledge of chemistry, not knowledge of economics, but knowledge that we are part of creation. That's why I shared the vessel, the wick, the oil, all comes from earth. That we are part of creation, that we are to serve our Creator by serving creation. As we reflect on creation, one can't help but think of Devi. Devi is our universal mother. And since we think of a universal mother must have a child, children. And when we think of creation, then, that would be our indigenous communities, our indigenous culture. The majority of us who are living in America and Canada, we are the beneficiaries of indigenous communities who facilitated indigenous culture, and specifically that they served the Creator by serving creation. We are benefiting from their seva, from their service. Anyone who's sensitive to this truth would feel grateful for indigenous culture, and anyone who's sensitive to being grateful cannot help but express this through generosity. We are celebrating Devi by actively organizing and participating in Elevate Her Story 3. Elevate Her Story is a movement for women's upliftment. We had commenced this in 2020, where our community raised $33,003 for women's shelters in Ontario. In 2021, we raised $40,001 for women's empowerment in Himachal Pradesh. And our aspiration for 2022 is to raise $25,001 for women's equality. And we're facilitating this through the National Indigenous Women's Resource Center. This is a high-impact charity that our community is going to support their work in women's upliftment. A lovely way to celebrate Dipavali is to light our minds with knowledge, the knowledge that the purpose of our community is to serve society, that the purpose of creation is to serve the Creator through creation. My prayers to Bhagwan Rama and Devi Sita for every one of us to continue to be graced and guided by them to be more independently joyous. A joyous Dipavali to all.
The National Indigenous Women's Resource Center supports culturally grounded, grassroots advocacy and provides national leadership to ending gender-based violence for American Indian, Alaska Native tribes, Native Hawaiians, and tribal and Native Hawaiian organizations. For more information, visit chinmayaniagara.com for details on how to support.